Hey people,
Hi.
welcome back.
We're finally back. Sorry, I wasn't even working on stream things. I just got distracted by another project. So,
Oh, were we supposed to be live at 45?
yeah. Well. Okay.
Okay. Don't you dare laugh at me. I have more style than you'll ever know what to do with.
That is super true.
So last time we helped out these people not be trees.
Yep.
So now we can go across this bridge.
Can you just go check on the people who didn't get
yeah,
washed down the river?
Because
like,
we gotta get our hard nut.
it's actually good.
I think it raises
It increases
defense.
your defense, yeah, permanently.
It's a small stat booster.
Get out of here, rat. And also, probably before we progress, we should stay at the inn in Kalima or in Bilibin.
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
Oh yeah, we can go get some stuff in Bilibin too.
Plus, we gotta tell off McCoy's wife.
Nice one. See, now the door's open, so I don't have to push the little thing every time.
Yep. And our cute little sprite.
Yeah, I can't even believe it myself. So we're gonna stay at the end, and then we're gonna go collect our reward from McCoy.
Yeah, see, this is still 28 coins. It's 28 coins before.
Well, it wasn't, because we only had 3 party members.
Oh, that's right.
It's
But it's
a
7
certain number
per.
of... Yeah. It's X number of coins times number of party members.
Yep. Fortunately, in this game, you don't really have, like, a drachma.
Who's constantly leaving and joining the party.
Yeah.
That's like an obscure reference.
I don't know that it's that obscure.
It's pretty
obscure.
obscure.
It's a cult classic, I feel.
Yeah, it's like, but like, it's like one of the smaller cult classics. I would say it's smaller than this game.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like this
and
isn't
this
really a cult classic either.
This
though.
is a cult classic. It's kind of small.
I mean, I guess.
Compared to a lot of games, especially a lot of RPGs.
I mean, it's not like Zelda or Final Fantasy, but like...
I still feel that it's relatively small.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've always thought that he was sighing because, not because he didn't want to explain, but because he can't talk. He's the protagonist.
Ah.
Wow, that is a lot of dialogue. Like, that's a lot of... So Lady McCoy, that's his statue. She's gonna get a lot more no's said to her, so...
Yep.
Oh, this actually, I think you can do, later on there's a spell you get called Reveal. I think you can use Reveal. Oh, you can't?
No.
No, it's not
Reveal
like a
does
lens
not
of
reveal
truth.
what's in treasure chests. We're gonna sell that.
Do you know what's in all the chests?
No. I don't think there's anything super great. I think it's all just basic items. Okay.
I feel like there was at least one that was, like, a little bit better.
Something weird going on with my headphones.
Lady McCoy's just like, man, my house isn't gonna get finished. Like, shut up. Everyone was trees and now they're not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you never moved that statue.
Well, yeah, you don't have to. It's just to show you that there's a djinn in the underground.
Oh, but like we can't get there
But you
yet?
can't get to it from
Gotcha,
there.
gotcha.
Well, no, we already got it.
Oh.
Remember when I
The
went up
fire
around
djinn?
the
With the
barricade?
guy?
No,
Oh.
the first wind djinn.
I think I remember, yeah.
It's in, I believe, the first part.
Maybe I'll go back and rewatch it. Artificially inflate the views.
Man, there's always a bot there.
Yep.
Hey, if you're not a bot, say something, man. Even if you're a lurker.
Go back to Stuckies.
Oh, that was you. I was like, why did we say things?
We said things because we were late.
Exactly. All
I mean,
seven,
it does say we're dumb in the description, so...
all 7 minutes and 0 viewers that were disappointed by that.
Thanks for coming in here and hanging out by us, buddy.
Our dog's in here.
Hi,
Dex,
Dexter.
can you make a noise? Can you root for the people? We need to get a face cam just to, like, put on our dog. Maybe we'll increase views that way.
Exploit him for views. Nice.
Exactly.
Hey, bud.
Are you going across the
Open
bridge?
up.
Oh. Right, go ahead.
So you can come here before, but it
But
won't-
he's a tree.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough singing for me, because I'm playing the game.
Jesus. Oh. Nice. Very good. Nice. Nice. That one triggers so much. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Crit rates
Oh,
are very,
alright, Ivan.
like, activation rates tend to be very high in this game.
Or was that Isaac? Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
We're gonna learn the key spell here.
Well,
I think?
I don't know.
We at least see it here.
I think it's called Force.
Yeah, force.
Right. This is the one time in the game you actually need to use Mind Read.
No, it was Ivan's. No ordinary man can pass from one side to the other, but perhaps I could, and I'll teach you the special magic. You can do it. Oh, Waterfall Grotto. Hey, kiddos. They have little unique, like, they have unique sprites here in general, but, like, they also have, like, unique kids, which I think is kind of neat. So here's a different type of puzzle. So these are, like, kind of
Rolling
square
logs.
logs that you can actually roll forward and around on. And caboose. So it seems like it's resistant to wind.
Truth is,
Yeah.
which means
So at least not just like resistant. Huh. I guess that doesn't count as an earth spell?
no, it does. It's
Oh,
with
oh,
the
oh.
fire death.
Oh, is it like a crab? I feel like I always thought of those things in the front as like legs with feet on them, but then this time playing through, I sort of realized that it also has those like spidery legs on the sides.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a game ticket. Nice.
Sick, dude. Usually for beating a mimic, you get a good item, or
Yeah.
like a rarer item.
Yeah.
On like game tickets though. So this is gonna be our next gin is in this dungeon. Can't go that way yet.
Is it a what kind of gin is it?
I believe it's Jupiter.
Nice. Yeah, it's like again, I always kind of feel bad when RPGs with random battles have pretty great B sections in their music because
You just like never get to hear it.
I feel like that's one of the best reasons to walk around with a void is so you can listen to the music in a game with great music.
I'm gonna check our stats. 10, 10, 10, 12.
You can see how much, yeah, to the next
52.
level.
So Isaac's gonna level up next, and then Garrett's gonna be pretty
Oh, I
close
forgot
after.
about all this.
Fake fan. Arctic Blaze.
Ooh, that one's pretty good, I think.
So like
Because it, like, casts a spell,
no, it's a
too.
lightning sword. It's kind of nice that you don't have to go to the shops, but the shops, like, do start, like in a lot of RPGs, I feel like the shop is either completely obsolete, or you, like, have to go there all the time and never have enough money.
Yep.
And I feel like this game hits a pretty nice balance of that, where, like, encounters give you a decent amount of money.
Yeah. And the equipment really does, like, help.
Yeah, even if it's just temporary, like, having a 4 defense stat boost really makes a difference.
Hey, buddy.
Do I have to fight them? Yes. Most of the ones you find in dungeons you do have to fight. I'm just getting partly in range. This is one of the longer ones to get back to, so... Okay, good. It hasn't run away yet.
I still remember when I played this game being just, like, really kind of floored that you could save anywhere, that there weren't, like, set save points.
It's really nice. That's something that I think, like, more handheld-y type games have really helped with in, like, console gaming, is the difference between a save point and just being able to save. Being able to save is so much better than a save point. Like, I get it, like, stylistically. Like, when I played Final Fantasy VII, I had a little thing that let me save wherever, and it was so much better because of it. Because, like, especially console RPGs tend to have really long segments where you can't save.
Mm-hmm. Well, and, like, I feel like a lot of people have, started to do, like, autosaves in addition to save points, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Which I think is really helpful. Obviously, if you want to do something specific, like, autosaving can be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But honestly, autosaving is such a boon, like, altogether.
Yeah, it's really annoying when you're like, okay, I just reached a save point. Oh, right, I can't go through that. Okay. Anyway. I forgot what I was saying, so it's not important.
Garrett's synergy is just real bad right now.
It's really good, actually, but it's mostly good against single targets.
But he would have Volcano if he had no Jin, I think.
Yeah.
So I think maybe, what if we swapped him out with some Earth Jin? Because he has...
Yeah, but I like growth. We'll see what this does for Mia. Yeah, she's just gonna become like Ivan 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what we can do. We can do this.
Yeah.
And now he has the bad. Well, actually, he has Astral Blast. That's good.
Yeah. I think that's gonna work out nice. What are you doing? Yeah. I think you gotta go all the way down to the bottom again, maybe? Or... Oh, no, you don't. Okay.
Well, that we do.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've ever even seen Astral Blast. Maybe I have once.
Probably you probably haven't. Like, okay, at some point maybe we'll eventually do the mono classes, because they've got really cool spell lines.
Yeah, I would like to see, like, most of the spells if I can. Roar. He's so happy! Look at him! That's
You're crazy.
adorable! He looks like he's smiling! That was cute! That's real cool. It's a little silly, but I like it.
It's super overpowered, too. It does so much damage.
Mm-hmm. Mix and match him. Jump up and catch him. That is from some, like, 90s TV commercial. Maybe early 2000s, and I can't remember what it is.
Me neither.
That's okay. I'm so glad you have this memorized, because I definitely don't.
Yeah, I've played this a lot more recently than you.
Yeah. Oh, the moles! I forgot about the moles. They're
so
adorable.
derpy and dumb.
They're so derpy. I love them. Vroom. Ew.
Oh, this Tret likes the same. Why is that the sound effect that trees make?
I think it's supposed to kind of be like their branches creaking. Like, if you've ever been around like a big tree, maybe that's just kind of the sound it makes. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a cool puzzle.
It is a cool puzzle. Unfortunately, the pathway does not exist before you put the dragon eye in there, I'm pretty sure.
Correct.
Hey, man.
Nice. Orb of Force. Isaac. Can't Isaac be your slave? Ivan be your...
My Synergy Slave?
Yeah, because like his inventory doesn't even have anything in it. What are you doing?
I'm looking at my inventories.
Nice. I actually love the stupid ghost hand like graphics for the spells. Owie. That does actually damage you a little bit.
It does. It
But not
doesn't
too
really
much.
matter, though. Especially on our way out. There's not really a boss to this dungeon.
Yeah, it's kind of a mini dungeon.
Yeah.
I always thought it was kind of weird that Force didn't also count as a combat spell, but you know.
It is kind of weird. That's something they do better in the third game, where your like field synergy spells do combat-y stuff too.
Yeah.
Like there's.
Mauler's party.
Ooh. So this chair is not built for, you know, sitting in for several hours on end. They're kind of uncomfortable. If we ever make any money off this, we should really invest in good chairs.
You should really invest in good chairs. Because, like, I'm not gonna be here forever, hopefully.
Well, yeah, but like, hopefully neither am I. But if we actually do this eventually, we should both have good chairs.
I'm not confused. Please don't explain it to me. Oh, shoot.
It's called force, but it's really spiritual power. It's this power to go through the force.
Yeah, I am curious. Gotcha.
I don't think I had to go in there.
Correct.
Technically, you can skip that too if you know how to go through whatever.
Well,
See, this is my
nobody has a
problem.
cure. Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's kind of a problem. I need you to heal yourself. Okay. Hello. Thank you. There we go. We're all healed up.
Boom.
That's kind of the strat when you have a Synergy Stone. That's kind of how they expect you to use it for this little area here. And that respawns every time you enter and leave.
And again, we haven't been talking to most of the NPCs, but there are actually quite a few unique NPCs, and there's just like a bunch of cool stuff here. And ooch.
And he goes down. There are some other ones that give like treasure chests and stuff, and I think I removed them. There is a Djinn in here.
Oh, you might be using on the skeleton. Nice. Dang. Yeah, this game came out in 2001, so I would have been 10, 11, or 12 when I first was able to run into it.
I mean, I would have been 2, so...
Yeah.
So, okay, the thing about unleashes, they're different than critical hits because they usually have some sort of element and special effect. So Vorpal Slash, I believe, has,
Oh, you learned a new synergy as well.
yeah, it's Restore.
What is
Which
that?
I believe cures all other status ailments besides poison.
Okay.
I can check, though. I think Aaron, no, it was probably Ivan. No? Was it?
Oh, it was me, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is cure all other status effects besides poison.
Yeah.
Stun, fog,
Blindness,
and sleep.
yeah. I don't think it'll cure curse or, like,
Yeah.
boom. That's right, run. You hardly ever get to see these sprites from the front, but they still look pretty nice, I think.
Yeah, I agree. This game could really, like, I feel like this is one of those games where, like,
would
it
do
needs, like, a
really well.
big overhaul remake. Like,
Yeah.
and
again, I just love
Probably-
the idea of having that puzzle-solving magic, like, at your fingertips, you know?
yeah, and having it in a 3D space, like a truly behind-the-back 3D space, could do really cool stuff.
I think it would be harder to aim and stuff, a lot of it, but I feel like even just allowing this to sort of
Well,
escape
you just work it differently.
the constraints of the GBA, like the low resolution and things like that, I think it would do really
One
well.
went down, and one went right.
You always complain about the sound chip.
Yeah, the sound chip on the GBA has some problems, for sure.
Oh, I think that actually raises something
Max
permanently,
HP. Oh, attack. Like, who else would you even give that to?
right?
Here
Yeah.
we go, first unleash. So that has water power. So if we were somehow able to get that on Mia,
Well, and also, like, so I think the Vorpal Sword has wind.
yes.
So when Ivan just regular attacks the dirges, which are weak to wind, like, it's super
a lot.
effective even
Well,
as a
and
physical
also-
attack.
I believe that having closer affinities with it increases your proc rate.
It might be too close. This one's a little fiddly with, like, the space you need to have. There's always just like a skull floating in flames. Is that a like?
Is that a thing?
I think will-o'-the-wisps are supposedly that. I'm not sure. Oh no, the monkey's not in there. It's in the other one.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we don't really use catch, so we're gonna set it.
Okay.
We're coming up on our next gen pretty soon here, I believe.
I believe you.
I
Do you
think
know
it's
what
gonna
kind?
be, it's Venus.
They do also a pretty decent job of like balancing out how many gin you have.
Well,
at a
yeah, they
given
try to give
point.
you one of every type at a time because
Right.
you can't have, like, the only time you can have more on one person than another person
Is when it's only
is-
like one different.
is
And there's
when
an odd number.
there's more gin, like,
Like
It's
you
not
have
divisible
to
by
evenly
4.
distribute them. You can't just like give it
There it is.
one person all the gin. Use that, yeah, Urban. I still remember when we lived in New Zealand, I was so surprised to hear people say that herb.
It's because they're saying it wrong, because they come from British stock. If you're British, get out of the stream.
Our one bot is probably British. I'm not gonna leave them.
Well, if you're a bot, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's gonna be good against it.
Yeah, this game,
Owie.
like, the biggest thing it needs is, like, a coat of paint.
Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
some retooling.
Like, cause these sprites are really pretty. They're just like super small, you know?
Yeah.
They don't have that many frames, etc., etc.
Like, I would love to play, like, a Xenoblade Chronicles type imagining of this game.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. I would cry.
I would cry.
And get ready for your ears to bleed. Oh my gosh. Oh, Quartz is pretty good if I remember right. He, like, can revive you or something. Can he?
Yeah, I think it's a small chance.
I think it's a...
It's like 50%.
I think
Or 20.
it's a relatively good chance, but I do think that there's times when it doesn't work. I can't remember.
Because there is a...
It just says revive a downed ally, and that's all it says.
Yeah, that one just has a chance of working. And then there's another one you get much later that is like 100% chance.
Yeah. That's one thing I actually liked about the movement in Breath of the Wild. To continue a conversation that happened last stream on a different channel. Basically, anytime there was something that was even like a little inconvenient, you could still just like walk over it or climb over it.
Yeah,
It didn't matter if it was waist high or not.
Too many video game characters are like, I can't lift my arms above my waist, help.
Yeah. Or also, like again, when there's like stuff on the ground, it's like, this isn't freaking Saw. You have shoes on and stuff. You can probably pick your way through this small bit of debris here.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, there's rocks on the ground. Like, it's not the path you would
Stuff
choose to go
on
on. Nice, 12.
Ooh,
Nice.
man, growth. It's a good spell. So, okay, if you
but
haven't
yeah.
noticed, real quick, we're gonna talk about Jin. So, if you've noticed, see how his class doesn't change when we would put that one on standby? Now, when we put this one on standby, it would. So, for every 2 Jin you have in an element, you'll get increases. Okay, so we don't want to follow that one, because we're just gonna fight him.
Yeah. Some of these guys are braver than others.
Yeah, we'll try Mad Growth for fun.
And me time. Boom. 91.
Like, look, and that
Wow.
was ineffective. Astral, whatever.
It's real good.
It's
Dang.
an insanely powerful
Astral
synergy
Blast.
for...
Wow.
also really-
Good job.
Okay,
Yeah, see, they're catching up to me. Yeah. This game is honestly pretty dang well
Okay,
balanced.
so we have
I
one
think
that
it's
goes down.
Easier to balance when it's very linear like this.
Exactly. And one that goes left.
Okay.
We're gonna go
Good
left
adventures
first.
always go left.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fraser. My favorite Shakespeare play, Measure for Measure.
You have to make fun of our dad like that.
No, I have to quote MST3K like that.
Boom. Elven shirt. It
Oh, that one I
increases
think is
speed,
actually pretty good. Yeah.
like a lot. It basically just guarantees you're gonna go first.
Oh my gosh, that's like 32. That's like plus 32 speed. Dang.
Like what? Garrett is now going first.
Yeah. Dang. Nice. Stun voltage. The witch's wand. Did she come with the witch's wand, or did you buy it?
She comes with it.
Wow.
Witch's
Because I
wand is
remember
incredible.
buying it, but like I guess if you just wait until you have a hold of Mia, you're good. You punched the rock. It wasn't very effective.
Fighting type moves are super effective. That's what Pokemon taught me.
What a weird game.
Pokemon or this?
Pokemon. This is
Kinda.
clearly totally normal. You're just making a giant cartoon hand pop out and punch logs,
Tree stuff.
tree stumps. Definitely a normal game. Nice.
Yeah.
Here's
still
this
shout-outs
music
to this
again.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah, and like you don't get to hear it from Tret Tree anymore, or from the forest surrounding him. So
It's
I'm
kind
really
of
glad it's still somewhere in the game.
I'm probably gonna heal up when we get to the boss room.
Yeah. I think also again they tend to give you a synergy stone at each boss room.
Not in this boss room, because it's kind of a surprise that it's
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. My gosh. We probably shouldn't just take little singing breaks.
That's part of who we are. Okay, now we're going down, and I believe this is the last room.
Who I am, where I'm
Ooh,
from,
we surprised them.
and my passing interest in falcon. You know, get the dirges with that because they're weak to it. Well, never mind.
Oh man.
They'll probably still die. Boop. Bye-bye, sweetie Frumpkins. Oh, derpy mole. I
Nope,
always
we're
do
not quite
kind
there
of
yet.
love the like goofy names. What was that?
I think that maybe that's it.
Yeah, let's heal up. I mean, what if you just go in with it all? Well, too late.
Summon spam it.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Because the summons are all real cool too. So.
Yeah.
And again, with a single, like a single focus class, you tend to have just like a ton of synergy on your list.
And also, it tends to be multi-target based.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of show what the standard path usually ends up looking like for most battles.
Granite's really good. I think there is a different one that just negates all incoming damage for a turn.
There is.
And
And
I
then
can't
there's
remember
one that
what it's
holds it in
called.
place, the enemy in place.
Yep.
Which is called gravity.
Yeah. Gosh. Like, and again, you can see how, like, it's lagging on the Game Boy, so it, I don't know, like, to me, this really could use, like, a pretty dang awesome, like, it could do with a coat of new paint, not because it's not awesome already, but because it is so awesome, and, like, has, such great, like, foundation to build on, you know? Yeah, Ivan's about to die. You could always, like...
Just, well, Garrett's gonna go first, is the problem.
Yeah, but, like, you could wait until next turn. He could summon a fire boyo. Are all the fire boyos down? Yeah. We only have 2. Have him summon the fire boyo. And it doesn't really matter what he do, because he's gonna die. What he do. I think... Does she still have 1 Jin left to use? No, she doesn't. That's gonna be super effective, yep. Oop. Did Ivan not get hit with that?
He just felt like not killing Ivan.
Well, that was nice of him, I guess. Yeah, all of the... Yeah, just... Yeah, see, like, she has, like, a ton more stuff. Resistance rises. Don't use it on Ivan, thank you. Nice, good job. Okay. Yeah. Can we watch that animation?
We will.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like when you are just a fire boy. Atalanta we haven't even seen. They're both really cool. They're all cool. And... Ooh. Yeah. I always felt like that made it more impressive. I never thought of it as like a flaw in the game.
It's not really a flaw in the game, it's a flaw in the system.
Right. But like now I can see it's causing the entire system to actually lag, which is kind of funny. Nice. Made it.
Okay, and I believe this is going to be near where our first overworld Jin is.
Yeah, I can check.
I have it up on the phone, which I left out there.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure I know where this one is.
Okay. I think I do too, but yeah. I remember this was one of the first games also that I actually like looked up walkthroughs for, because I was like, man, I have not found all these Jin. I don't know where they could be. So when I found out that some just appeared in random battles, I was like, wow, how are you supposed to know that?
To be fair to the game, most of those enemies tend to be in kind of weird spots that are a little bit suspicious looking on the overworld.
Yeah, but like you know, again, I was a kid. I wasn't even aware that that was a thing.
It'd be nice if they had them like running around or whatever.
Yeah, here's one walkthrough from like, yeah, updated 11/21/01. Oh gosh. Okay.
So we're actually gonna have Mia go to being the water one for a little bit here. Because in this next town there's a Jin we can get a little bit earlier by having her stick to her mono element class.
Yeah. John, I don't know how to say it.
So, here's some cool stuff that we're going to see that we don't normally get to see. That's a really good spell.
Yes.
Not as good as Astral Blast, but it hits a little wider range.
Yeah.
Fine. Thank
She's such a tank. I love
She is.
her.
you. Helps that we gave her the heart now.
Yeah, so it's
Up
like right
here.
up here. Oh my gosh, there it is. These are the ones, to my mind, that run away from you.
These aren't the worst ones, is all I'm gonna say. Because it's just on the overworld, you just have to walk around a little bit more. They have like a really high chance of appearing when you're right in their area. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Dang, good job, bro. Oh.
Be careful with your ears. Boys and girls.
Corona. Yeah, look at that. Dang. Dang,
Before we
son.
move much further.
Okay, here we are, off to the obligatory. We're from Japan, so we're inserting Japan.
Yeah, there really do tend to be a lot of those in JRPGs. Can you let me go already?
I do also think a lot of the animations are just extremely cool. Yeah. I mean, at this point, people, like, if they ever did anything like speedrunning, it would be like, hey, I bet I can beat this game faster than you, my friend who lives next door to me.
Like racing.
Yeah, but like with one person going first and then the other person going second. Yep.
Well, I guess this is a bit more Chinese.
Yeah, true. Oh. Man. You made me spill my water. So that's usable on the overworld.
Oh, did that not count? Is that not good enough for you, game?
Apparently not. And see, I feel like they improved that like slightly at least
In the
sequel.
sequel, yeah. Like, here's
It's a
the thing, a
little
lot
less
of the
fiddly.
things that I like better in the sequel are tiny quality of life things, while the
Right.
overall experience is worse.
I like a lot of the dungeons and stuff. Like, I remember they had Air's Rock and stuff. That was
like,
cool.
they're all cool in theory, I feel, but then in practice, they just kind of feel like, oh, this is long and boring and involved.
I don't know. I liked them. I agree that I wasn't as into the characters and stuff, but like, yeah.
This can be a little fiddly.
Yeah.
You have to stand, like, right on the line, but we can't go past it.
Boom. So they call it chi, and the other guy called it ki, so...
They are different, though.
Yeah.
Chi is the power of the body, while Ki is the power of the mind.
And definitely ki is like, hey lady.
Phasey.
Oh, she's a cutie. As you know. Shut up. I forgot. Don't worry. We'll go help. Yeah, like, I think the other one was more the Japan one, and this is like the China one, I guess.
They're
There are a
They're both
lot of
kinda China.
JRPGs that have,
Japan and China in them.
yeah, they have, but they just have it as like one section.
Yeah, they're
It
kind
almost-
of merged together, even in Japanese games.
Yeah, it almost especially, like, to me, like, in, like, Skies of Arcadia, which we were talking about earlier,
Yep.
it almost becomes like it's a small world after all, the RPG, where it's like, oh, look, we're gonna go to all these different countries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in every single one of them, Valua is evil, you know?
Yeah. But at least it does usually...
No, I can't. I'm using Ki, and I'm using Synergy. Okay, I'll do it again, but, like, I didn't use Chi.
Luckily, they don't move you in that cutscene, so once you've gotten it once, you just press the button again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not Chi. That's cheating.
did make the tree fall, I grant you that. Something wrong with the warrior's chi? What the warrior did, it is not chi. It's not chi. It looks very similar, but it's not chi.
You of all people should know that,
Warrior, have you been to Fuchun Temple? Yep. I knew.
The like little
Our
question
chi
marks like
Fuchun.
popping up over everybody's head.
I learned my chi from Master Hama of Lama Temple. It's the same as chi, is it not? Very similar, but still different. Chi concentrates the energy of the body into the hand, then releases it onto a distant object. You warrior used energy focused from the mind. Understand?
No.
Yep. This warrior is wise. The power to will something to move requires much wisdom. Fuchun's ki releases the mind's energy, like chi releases the body's.
Everyone runs.
The body's energy has limits, but mental energy has few limits. Train your ki.
Says you.
It will grow very strong. Do your best, warrior. Practice, everyone. Chi has limits, but anyone can use it. Practice, practice until you learn the power of chi.
That's interesting because it appears that only certain people can use synergy before being exposed to like
Mass
synergy
amounts of it.
radiation or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Getting mutated. Bonk it. Bonk it from far. Oh!
We'll just
Is there
stay
an
at the
inn?
end. And we're gonna check the shop, too. I think we'll have time for the flooded town, or at least part of it. That's a pretty long and involved side quest.
We
And
can
by
at
side
least
quest,
get
I mean
there.
story quest.
Because we gotta go help out Sue and stuff. Again, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Yeah, get up there.
Say,
Oh!
yeah, the tree jumped on its own. Get wrecked, kid. Wait, she looks different. Does she have a special portrait? No.
Yes, I do. Thanks.
But, like, doesn't she look different? Maybe
Yeah.
she just has the same as that lady, but it's
All
colored
of
different.
Well, like, I think all of them have I love how these guys talk differently, but they have the same sprites as the generic, like, shopkeepers. Ooh. Ivan, yeah, my man. Ooh.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with Ivan getting this, because this is gonna give us the most money back. And then we're gonna get a mace for the main character.
Yeah, there's so much goodness. And, like, almost all of this environmental stuff is, like, unique, which is just an incredible amount of work, and I can't believe that they did that.
And then...
Yeah?
Well, we'll check the deals.
Blizzard. Yeah, those are the things that you sold them.
Which is 1 plus huh?
Yeah.
I thought he said gamer ticket for a second there.
It's not? Oh, game ticket. Right, it's not a gamer ticket. Man, it really does, like, take me back to a completely different time.
Different era. You gotta understand, she's from a different era.
Like, it's really weird just how different it is. And I know that a large part of that is just because I was a different age. Like, if I had been an adult then, I don't think it would be as different, if that makes sense. But, like, wow. It's pretty dang different still. Like, phones and stuff, smartphones, have just changed everything an insane amount.
Oh, we got the Douse drop. Forgot about that.
I do also like that little counter.
It's
like
nice.
that UI. I think it's really good. The UI in general, I think, in this is pretty good.
Yeah, especially for a game that was on a handheld device.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the era where handheld devices were kind of garbo.
Yeah. I mean, the Game Boy Advance wasn't even backlit. It was so hard to play. You really had to sit in the right exact spot or you could not see anything that was going on.
Yeah. Now we're gonna check
You
out
had another
items.
reason to play it on very legitimate hardware.
Item shop girls adorable.
She is so cute. There's so many just adorable characters in this game.
Only the wealthy wear. Okay, we're all geared
Who's
up.
this green lady? Oh no, she's just the water lady.
Oh, yeah. She's the lady who gives you a gin on accident.
Yeah. Yes, we're
Yeah.
pretty dang strong.
I do see strong words. I hope they'll go west. We can read her mind. There's some, like, special dialogue.
What's up?
Going west alone is very dangerous. I must find someone to take me west. There you go. That was a special dialogue.
Well, I mean, all of the mind reading has special dialogue. If that's what you count as special
Yeah.
dialogue. It's so nice to see, like, all that blue. This UI just looks, like...
It's so good.
It's so good,
for being
and it's
so
quite
simple.
complicated. Like, but it's not complicated to
It
use.
tells you a lot of
Planet
Planet
Diver?
Oh,
That
this is one of the
sounds
best
epic.
synergies in the game.
And the level up music is really good.
Yeah, you don't hear it very often, but you can stick around and hear it for a while.
My favorite thing about Golden Sun 2 was probably the sound test. Not because it's even like I hated the rest of the game or anything. Again, I really just wasn't as into all the characters and stuff, but...
I
yeah.
think I dislike it more than you dislike it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's in part because I just like haven't played either of these games as recently.
I think it's because I play a lot more RPGs than you, so I see a lot of the like tropiness that game had, where like you get the airship and stuff like that. That happens in like nearly every freaking RPG. And I kind of get sick of it, especially since it tends to like interrupt the flow of gameplay.
I still remember, like, even though it was impossible to see, we would, like, sit together,
Yeah,
and you guys would lean over my shoulders. I remember, like, reading some of this dialogue to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That
Puzzly
raises your
ones.
health, immediately, like, permanently. I always play, these games like I'm a mom. It's stupid and bad and, like, doesn't work properly. No. Not family.
We can't
But
do anything here yet.
basically, oh, yeah, this is kind of a cool dungeon. It's the water dungeon. You have to freeze stuff and whatnot, but it's actually kind of neat.
We're gonna...
Nice. That's a really cool graphic, and you hardly ever get to see it because it only happens when you
Miss.
But I always play these like I'm a mom, and like again, I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, and like I keep doing I'm playing on the easiest, babyest mode. These guys suck. And
Bad if you know how to beat 'em.
they like I keep doing the infinite battles to try and boost up like the people who aren't there. I'm just like, oh baby, I'll just get like every support, and that's why I haven't even finished it once yet. So yeah. Oh no. It can do synergy. Even though, since it just jumps up this ladder, it in all probability could have totally just jumped up to the other side in the first place, but whatever.
My guess is that I have to go up here so that it melts it. Or, well, it runs away. And then I think... No, it doesn't, because we get the frost gem from it. Because you could have Jin on Mia and not have frost. But I think we're going to probably end up keeping her water for this dungeon, just so that we have... Well, at least... No, we're probably not.
Well,
Because
no,
we're going to get the
dude.
frost gem immediately,
but,
and we
like-
can equip it onto someone, and then they'll just have frost.
Well, but like, you already have the douse thing. Yeah, living statue up here. These guys are kind of cool.
They are pretty cool. They're pretty tough, though. They're like mini bosses, and then you have to fight like 100 of them.
Yeah, just like in the desert. Boom. Boink. So depressing. And see, like, there's even a few, so, like, not all of her staffs look like that. It looks like that because it's the Aunt. Like, that's really impressive.
Yeah, exactly. There are like a couple different, like if there's like special looking weapons. Level 13 Elder. Nice. I like how he's the Elder even though he's, you know,
The youngest little baby boy.
of us.
Yeah, out of all of us.
Okay. Time to do my menuing.
Now it's time to set those to, because Douse will melt the...
No, it won't.
Oh, it won't?
It won't.
Oh.
The only way to melt them in this game is to leave the room and come back. In Dark Dawn, there's a fireball spell that you can use.
Eventually use it to help solve puzzles because you can...
Yeah, we're not going to be using it. Actually, we should put both of these not on Isaac because he's going to do Colosso, and we're going to... these probably should be on separate people too. But anyway, he's going to be doing Colosso. And at that point...
coming up, like, right away.
It isn't, but it just makes it so that I don't have to menu later.
Right. While you're thinking of it, take care of it.
Exactly. It won't be like, oh, I'm doing the first Colosso and I have to, like, actually play the game.
Yep.
I don't want to do that one. I want to go down to our new level. So see, since we defeated that one, the water drained a bit.
Yep.
And now we can go down here. And the dungeon really begins. Also, since you can skip the Force Gem, and I kind of wish we'd done it, there's a little thing later on. You remember that part where you, like, punch the support beam and then a boulder rolls after you?
Oh, yeah.
If you skip the Force Gem, Garrett just, like, hits it.
That's great.
You read the sign and then Garrett hits the support beam.
That's so funny.
It's great. I love stuff like that.
I love it too.
I
I'm
love
so
how they
glad that, again, they
even
actually...
thought that you would skip the Force Gem so that you didn't have to go backwards through the Mogul forest to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a... Like, little stuff like that is stuff that I love in video games. Because it feels like, they thought ahead that if someone somehow missed something, it's not, oh, you just have to go get that thing now. It's like, oh, well, we'll just have something else happen.
Yeah, especially since, like, later it's going to be way easier to backtrack all those places.
Yeah, because, so after we get through here, and then we have a short desert segment, then we're gonna
Basically,
be in Ivan's hometown.
Yeah.
And remember how when his boss was trying to head back south?
Yeah.
The bridge was broken. It's still gonna be out, but once we go across the sea and do Colosso, we can backtrack
Everything will
through,
be...
and the bridge will be fixed, and we can go all the way back to the beginning. So you can go back to like Kalima and stuff like that. Not that you'd want to really. It's basically so that you can get all of the Jinn in the game, and that's the big difference between this game
and all the just like random treasure chests and stuff that are lying around in the earlier part of the game that are just like Sign key locked. You know?
Well, yeah, but like there aren't a ton of those in Kalima. I don't think there are any in Kalima. But it's mostly gonna be stat boostery stuff at that point.
Yep. This is a good game. I feel like each game, no matter how tropey it is, it's always going to have its distinct flavor because it was made by people. Even if that flavor is, we didn't have time and we like had to rush this out. People just wanted your money, so sorry, but like this is just as tropey as we could possibly make it. But this game, I think, it's kind of like, I don't know, the flavor of this game is kind of gentle, I feel like.
Yeah, this is a very, very good first RPG.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like a really great like entry point because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sweet. It's not too cynical. It's not quite as
There's no, like,
tiny baby children as Pokemon.
It's not like, oh, there's the big bad, like, the religious figure of the world is evil, or, like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's very, very good for, like, children, I think, because, like, in real life, most big institutions don't tend to really be evil.
Well,
They can be a bit greedy and stuff.
and they can do like relatively evil things sometimes, but I feel like, I don't know, a lot of things, like, especially if you're like a spoiled middle class kid like us, like, it's not as though there are actually like
Tons of people
tons
out
of
to
huge
get you.
like dictators or people like that. You know what I mean?
It's-
Most of us don't have to like
for
face
the
down an evil
major-
empire. We
for-
just, yeah, sorry.
For the majority of people in the world, no one's really out to get you all that often. There'll be a couple people every once in a while who try to scam you, but most people are too concerned with living their own life to really want to ruin other people's.
Yeah, I would say it's a smaller percentage, yeah, than like the regular people who are just trying to live. Plus, like, again, I think that is more how your life is when you're a kid, so it's like more relatable and fun. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, again, it's not
I
very
mean-
cynical. It's just kind of sweet. You go around, you have adventures with your buds, you explore forests and temples and stuff like that, and you
Yeah.
get to see them, and you solve little puzzles, and it's fun. You know?
Yes.
It's just a good time for everybody. But again, it's not quite like Pokemon, where it's like, wow, this is almost like,
The bad guys, the worst crime a bad guy can commit is, like, jaywalking.
yeah, it's almost so like innocent that it's like hard to, like, I think that's part of why people are sort of into like finding things like, oh, like secretly Pokemon's really dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it feels so like too good to be true with like the free healthcare and the 10-year-olds wandering around with no parents and stuff.
And,
it's
not
so
worried about being mugged or
idealized.
killed or,
Yeah, exactly.
other things.
Yeah. Like, again, like, people then sort of latch on to the darkest possible things in there, but I still, like, if I had to pick a world to live in that was fictional, Pokemon would be
High up
real
there.
high on that list. I think it would be the top of that list, because, yeah, there's, like, natural disasters and stuff, and sometimes those are aggravated by people, but number one, usually nobody dies. And number two, it's just like a real pleasant, nice place to be. There were wars, like a long time ago. And there was one that was like, oh, I'm like a veteran of some war. But like, yeah, I think Lieutenant Surge is. So it's like, oh, whoa.
But he's, like, also American.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It just seems like a real chill, nice place to live.
Okay, there is one more, there's a gym in this dungeon, and then we're gonna be doing stuff for a while, and then we can clean up on Jin. Actually, there's gonna be Jin pretty, like, that's something that's nice about this game. It's not like, oh, there's, like, no Jin in the game, and then you get to the end, and then suddenly you unlock, like, 50 billion of them at the same time, and you just have to spend hours backtracking. It gives you them at a good pace, and then there are, like, 4
The
that you have
progress
to
is pretty well
backtrack for
planned. Yeah.
in the entire game. We're gonna go sleep at the end again. We've been going for about an hour.
Okay, I think, I know we're like halfway through a dungeon, but I think probably now would be a decent time for a break.
Yeah, we'll sleep at the end, say goodbyes, etc.
And then we may come back with some more today. I think we will.
It kind of depends. I'm
We'll see. But,
We'll see.
If not, thanks for tuning in. We may see you today, but we also may see you tomorrow. So, bye.
See you then.